Hello. Hello, good morning. Myself Gaurav Verma. I am the Director of Guidance City. एंड आज हम सभी यहाँ पर इकट्ठे हुए हैं कि आज का वेबिनार के लिए और जो हमारा जीसी वेबिनार सीरीज का थर्ड एपिसोड है एंड टुडे वी हैव मोनिका दास एज आवर मेंटर। मैं थोड़ा सा पहले आपको अपना इंट्रोडक्शन एंड और बताना चाहता हूँ कि गाइडेंस सिटी 2016 से साइकोलॉजिकल फील्ड में रनिंग है। हमारा ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन, ऑनलाइन सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोग्राम, साथ में साइकोलॉजिकल काउंसलिंग, कोविड-19 के पैंडेमिक ड्यूरेशन में हमारा एक प्रोजेक्ट रहा था जीसी स्क्वाड के नाम से, जिसमें हमारा ऑल ओवर इंडिया टीम डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्टेट से हमारा एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट का पूरा टीम था। जीसी स्क्वाड की टीम को लीड करने में मोनिका दास जी का बहुत अच्छा योगदान रहा है हमारे साथ। और जिस मोनिका दास हमारे साथ बहुत पहले से जुड़ी हुई हैं एंड आज हम ग्रेटफुल हैं कि आज वो हमारे साथ एज ए मेंटर इस वेबिनार में हमें ज्वाइन कर रही हैं। एंड मोनिका मैम, नाउ यू कैन कंटिन्यू।
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Monika Das. I am a corporate psychologist and presently working with IT company as one of their mental health consultant. And I am also associated with GC for last few years. And I am very fortunate enough and thankful to Gaurav sir that he have taken this initiative to have some webinars for people to create awareness. And today my topic is balance the stress associated with work from home. As you already know that due to this pandemic, all of are working from home. So that is why I just thought that it would be the best option to talk about how to create balance work and home from home only, right? Next slide, please, sir. So our agenda of this program is to develop concept of stress. Like I will talk about stress, what are the types of stress one can experience, and what are the symptoms we can have while we are under stress. And we also develop some concept on how to create balance between work and our personal life. Next slide, sir. Next slide, sir. So I would like to ask from the audience who are working from home, kindly share your experience a bit because I want this station bit interactive. Anyone is there? Kindly unmute yourself who are working from home and kindly share your experience. Is there anyone? Is there anyone? I think no one is working from home then. Okay, fine. So working from home concept came to India with IT companies few years back. People are there who used to work from home due to their own personal work, and there are some opportunities from IT company that they can work from home. Like they will require some laptop and phone connection, internet connection, and that's it. So due to pandemic, it is now the new culture in India that everyone is including us working from home now. Working from home concept is like when you are an employee of a company and you are getting that opportunity to work from home, like from home only you can connect, you can be connected with your company, you can work for a company and you can get the salary. So this is the home work from home concept mainly. So uh, I have seen like in my practices that there are some people who are now not able to manage this concept is very this concept is very new to them and it is very new skills they are learning these days. Some people are there who are school teachers, some people are there who are working from government office, some people are like us who are also in new, also very new in this culture. So most of them are feeling that stress is increasing in them because it is not so easy to work from home in a peaceful environment, because in home it is more like we are not in office setup, right? It is not a proper corporate setup, it is not proper working setup. So it happens with everyone that we really don't able to manage our stressor. Next slide please. So what is stress? Anyone from the audience, any psychologist student or anyone who is not from the psychology background, kindly share that what do you understand by the word stress? Anyone can unmute yourself and can share your experience like related to stress thing. How do you experience stress whenever there is any situation you are not able to cope up or something like that? Anyone from the audience? Okay, no problem. So, stress is the feeling of emotional strain and pressure, right? So, in any situation when we are not able to cope up with that situation, we feel that pressure. So, in my case, I would like to call if there is any change. Thank you. Stress is a feeling of emotion. Thank you.
Stress is nothing but more like mental stress, madam. It is depends on the work progress and work levels, which will get more impact and it will get more
Okay.
influence on that.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you for your answer.
Thank
So,
you.
for me, stress is like any shorter changes in our life that is creating a situation where we need to we need to learn new skills, new adjustment skills, new learning is happening. Then we feel stress. Like we can take this example of this pandemic situation, right? Because we are learning new situation, new skills to be there, right? We are learning to be with this covid thing and this covid coronavirus, and we are calling it this as new normal life. This why this new normal life is creating pressure on us? Only because of this reason we need to be with new adjustment. Like we need to clean our hand, we need to clean our stuff continuously, we need to maintain social distance continuously, which were not present previously, right? And it happened all of a sudden, so it already has created a big stress on us. And now due to this change, most of the offices are providing work from home culture to their employees to save their life, to save their families as well, so that we can actually don't get infected with coronavirus. So that actually creating a major stress factor, that is also becoming a major stress factor in our life. So this is how stress is creating problem in our life. Stress can come from different area. Like one can feel stress from their yes, stress can arises from any negative situation. It can be the personal, it can be or from your professional sector. Even students also can feel stress whenever they have exam, whenever they are taking this online classes continuously. That is also creating pressure on them because they need to talk to their friends, they need to visit their friends, they need to have face-to-face classes. But now they are all having those online classes. Like now we are having this webinar, this is how they are also taking classes for hours, and it is also creating stress on their mind. And somehow this is why they are experiencing low concentration power, low focus. And some people are there who are lacking confidence as well, that they may not be able to adjust with this thing. And somehow it is creating a long term impact on their performance. So
I have one situation
yes,
facing in this pandemic time. My name
right,
is Varaprasad from Andhra Pradesh, East Godavari district, Malkipuram
okay,
village. Actually, I am
okay,
working
sir,
as a school director, a small school in our
okay,
rural area. Okay.
okay,
In
sir,
this situation, we are ready to conducting online classes through Zoom,
mm-hmm.
Zoom app.
Yes,
Also, we are preparing the schedule time for students and send it
mm,
through WhatsApp.
mm,
Sometimes in our rural areas, internet connection is suddenly breakdown.
true,
On that time, we are giving the time for students to attend the
mm,
classes, but we
mm,
are unable to conduct because of lack of
mm,
internet problems. On that
mm-hmm.
time, we are facing very stressfulness.
Right. So
And also I
here I
observe my brother is also with me. He is actually
Mhm.
working as Infosys software side. He faces also same problem. So some conference
Right,
is
and
there,
there is no such fixed
particular
timing.
time, but internet
Hmm.
facility
True.
suddenly break down. So
Right,
he feel very stress.
right.
On that time,
But
any suggestions for relief on that situation?
yes, one thing I would like to share first of all that in this case, one thing you can do whenever you are preparing any routine for your students, just maintain some break between two classes, break between two classes in the sense one student like a group of students like class 6A is taking uh, class of mathematics for few approximately 30 minutes, right? And after that they have their geography class, so try to keep balance, like maintain some time gap so that that student can take rest, some virtual rest, because it is very important for us to maintain that virtual rest. Only because of that, uh, if we are taking continuous information virtually, it might be very tiring for the student because they are very very young, and those young minds are becoming very stressed due to this pandemic. They are not able to go out of their home, they are not able to visit their friends. So if we are as a teacher, if we are maintaining those gaps, adjusting with the class, adjusting with the parents, this is how we can help. Or if the internet facility is not available, you can take telephonic classes, and before that you can send PDFs of notes so that the student can have the total notes printout of those notes in their hand, and they can have telephonic conferences through. So I think that that would be much more healthier. Or one thing can be done, that you can create some short videos on different topics and can share with your students. And how this is why we are calling any single change in our life as stress. So it is only because of that whenever there is any change that is happening or that is taking place, it can be your promotion, it can be your new project, it can be your new working setup, it can be new office, it can be anything. If you are having any kind of life experiences, like anyone is not well in your family, anyone is getting married in your family, anyone is shifting from the your family, or any your family is shifting from one area to another city. So these are all stress factors that can create stress in your life. And now we will talk about different kinds of stress. And next slide, please. So there are three types of stress we will talk about today. First one is the acute stress. This one is the very common stress that actually experienced by everyone. It is not like that only adults are under stress. Everyone is under stress. Everyone can come under stress. Even if a student, like if he is from class 1 or from nursery or from playgroup, that student also can come under stress only because of some changes in their life or some major changes in their life, right? So the most common type of stress, why we are calling, because it is coming from demands and pressure of the recent past and anticipated demand pressure of the near future. Most of the time what happened, if any changes occur right now, what we can see that unlocking process is going on, right? And we are becoming so much worried about our future, that what will happen. There might be so many cases of corona can come in future, because we are a populated country, a developing one, but overpopulated we are. And we know that our regular that journey thing is available through train, buses, autos, and taxis. So most of the time those buses and trains are not uh, that much empty enough. It is most of the time overcrowded, because people avail all those buses and trains for their daily traveling thing, and that is again triggering the stress in our mind that we might develop corona. Or sometimes it is like that government is sometimes declaring that we will open the schools, we will open the colleges. Then the parents are also under stress that might be our children can develop this corona because schools are going to open, what might happen with us. So this is how it is creating stress. So stress in a way are thought that is producing from the event or from the situation, the that is creating pressure on our mind related to our future or the present. That is acute pressure and pressure, acute stress. And it happens in like everyday basis with anyone. And the episodic one, if some people are there, they are suffering from acute stress frequently, like now it has becoming very common for us as well during this pandemic situation. With every step of government, there are some people who are coming under stress. Like when the government declared that we are going to start our unlocking process, then people come under stress. First they people come under stress when government said that we will go for the uh, total lockdown first thing, because when the government declared that, we just came into this thought that our need, what is our need, first basic need, food, right? We thought that maybe the food would be not available, and from there we started hoarding things in the sense due to the anxiety that foods may not be available to us. And that triggered that stress in us, and we started collecting food like rice, flour, everything in a huge quantity that we call as hoarding. So after that, slowly the situation started coming under control, and we started feeling that no, that everything will be available. Though government started assuring everyone from the very beginning that everything would be available, but still due to that stress or that triggering factor in our mind, we started collecting food in huge quantity. Then government declared that we will, create some changes within us. We would like to open our office with 75% or 55% attendance. Then few people come under stress again that oh no, what will happen? We will like again develop corona because it is increasing in number. But this is how what is happening, that person is coming under episodic acute stress again and again due to different situation due to this pandemic. And there is a third number is chronic stress. Chronic stress, it is the prolonged stress that is there for longer time in any person. I have seen a few cases in my practice where I do practice, that there are some people from corporates who used to be under chronic stress, that is for longer time, due to their project, due to their performance in the project, due to their promotion. Sometimes they feel that they are ready, but maybe the project is demanding more from the person, so that these things leads to chronic stresses. And sometimes it is there with those people who are facing some economical issues as well. So this is how when the stress is prolonged for a longer period of time, then we call it as chronic stress. I think this concept is now clear to all of you. If anyone want to ask any question from this area, can ask.
Ma'am, can you please repeat once again for chronic stress?
The chronic stress is that stress which is there in a person for longer period of time due to any maintaining factor in their life. Maybe that person is suffering from any health issue, or maybe the person is having some economical issue and not able to manage with the situation. Then the stress is there for longer period of time. then we will call it as chronic stress. It is not like immediately has happened. No, it is there for in that person for longer time due to any reason. That is the chronic stress.
Acha. Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Welcome. Sir, next slide, please.
Yeah.
So there are some symptoms of stress I am going to talk about. We will have cognitive symptoms, emotional symptoms. Uh, Sir, mute. Someone is unmuted. Thank you. So there are some symptoms. We'll talk about some cognitive symptoms are there, emotional symptoms are there, physical symptoms are there, behavioral symptoms are there. So it has been like divided into four, right? It is not like that we are having memory problem or feeling sad. That means only these are only the symptoms of stress. No, there are four categories that I am going to talk about. First one is the cognitive symptom. Under cognitive symptoms, like first let me define the term cognitive. Cognitive in the sense when we are doing some higher mental activity, when we are using our brain, or we are thinking, we are memorizing something, we are solving problem, we are taking decision. These are all we will call as cognitive or cognitive power or cognition are higher mental abilities. So where there is any problem in our higher mental abilities due to stress, that would count as symptoms of stress, cognitive symptoms of stress. So what are the cognitive symptoms of stress available? First one is the memory problem. Most of the people who are under chronic stress, they experience the thing, they used to forget thing most of the time, because what happened, they may be due to stress, they are lacking their sleep, they are lacking focusing on their they are lacking like taking care of their daily life, and due to this it is hampering their memory, and that is why they become forgetfulness. Some people are there who are not able to concentrate on their work, because it is, it has become so common with most of the people. During my practice, I used to get most of the cases coming up with this kind of symptoms only, that ma'am, I am not able to concentrate on my work for longer period of time. I feel very much stressed. I don't know how to take decision. I really don't know how to focus on my positive areas, because I am becoming so negative. My mind is focusing on only negatives, right? So these are all cognitive symptoms. The person is unable to concentrate, unable to focus on their work, unable to focus on their positivity. They are only focusing on their negative areas, because when the person is under stress, then what happens? Our brain by default started focusing on the negative part of our environment. And most of the time, some people are there who are becoming poor with their judgment, like they are unable to take decisions. Sometimes they feel very much anxious because they have some repetitive thought in their mind, and due to that they used to do compulsive behavior as well, which I will talk in the section of behavioral symptoms. And they used to do constant worry on something, because there are some people, as I am from in corporate area, so I'm focusing on these areas mainly. There are people who used to come with this thing, that I am not able to stop my worry related to my performance, I am not able to gain confidence enough in my project, because I am feeling that the work pressure is creating an impact, and bigger impact on me. So these are some cognitive symptoms they used to talk about. And there are some emotional symptoms, that few people under stress feel very sad, few people feel that they are not happy enough, they don't able to identify that happiness in their life that is happening in there, because there are some cognitive symptoms, that cognition is not able to help them to focus on their positive area. That is why they are feeling unhappy from the inside. And there are some people who feel very agitated, very anxious in the stressful moment. And some people will experience mood swings, Some anger outbursts would be there because they are feeling irritated. They are feeling irritated with their family or with their colleagues, and they used to shout most of the time. So this is how these emotional symptoms are coming up. And yes, some people used to feel isolated, that no, due to stress they actually do what, no, I need to be alone. I need to stay alone because I am not able to handle my stressful situation. It is going beyond my limitations. So that these are all emotional symptoms I talked about. So next slide, please. So now I will talk about some physical symptoms. There are some people or people from the audience who might have felt some frequent aches and pains in your shoulder area, or some might have felt their pains in their, this legs or elbows. So these are most of the time we can see due to the stress, the stress symptom. Because when the person is going to the doctor and visited to that physician, and physician check that person, and most of the time they suggest those people to go for any psychological consultation because they are might be under stress, and that is why they are developing different kind of pain in their different zone of the body. So some people are there who feel very dizzy because they become so nervous due to their emotional symptoms are there. They feel so anxious, they are not able to control that feeling of anxiety. They feel that they are feeling very dizzy. Some people feel like nausea. They feel that they can puke anytime, but they don't. Only the feeling is there. And some people are there who usually feel muscle tightness around their shoulder, neck, and face area. They clench their jaws and feel like, I am not able to adjust with this situation. I'm not able to cope up with this situation. These type of thoughts usually come during that time. And some people who are there, whom you might have seen, that they frequently develop cold and flu, and these are all again a symptom of stress. Some people may experience rapid heart rate. Some people may experience loss of sex drive because due to the stress they are feeling not good with their environment. They are not able to find the happiness. They are feeling sad. That is how it is impacting on their daily life. So the behavioral symptoms are change in appetite. There are some people who might come and report to us, or the psychologists who are present there to you, that, ma'am, I don't feel like eating because due to this work stress, somehow I feel that, there is no hunger. So, or some people are there who feel like, no, I need to eat more. So this is how we can see some changes in our appetite. We can see some changes in our sleep as well. There might be more sleep, or there might be no sleep, or there might be disturbed sleep due to the stress, only because of those anxiety related thought or depressive thought that is going on there in their mind daily, right? Some people are there who used to withdraw from others. I already talked about the feeling of isolation, or people used to isolate, right? In due to their emotional symptoms, because they feel loneliness. They feel that they are getting rejected by the society, and they easily withdrawn themselves from the society, and they used to isolate them. If you are like identifying anyone from the environment or from your group, that the person is isolating day by day, kindly talk to that person. Know what is happening in their mind. Only because of this reason, that continuous withdrawn from the society may lead to depression, right? So some people are there who procrastinate a lot, because due to that thought that I may not be have able to focus on my work due to stress. I may not be that person who can focus on work properly. I am not that much productive. Let's do it later when I will feel energetic. This is how a person can be procrastinating, and somehow this leads to feeling of guilty. So these people also neglects other responsibilities, and this is how they develop guilty, because it is not the laziness. Procrastination is not the laziness. It is something different, which because laziness don't give us feeling of guilty, but procrastination does, right? So it comes from the negative thought that is going on in our mind, or the negative self-talk that we do with ourselves, that we may not be able to focus on our work, we may not be that much productive enough, or we are not feeling energetic, right? So some nervous habits would be there. I have seen most of my clients have developed some of the habits. Like once there was a client who used to use hanky frequently whenever the person under stress, and she used to visit to my visit to me whenever there is a session with hanky only, because she used to feel nervous while visiting to me, because that made her feel that if she is visiting to a psychologist, then people might talk about her in the office. So that was the situation that was triggering the stress in her. But gradually we started working with her. We started psychoeducate with to her that why the psychological help is important, and we started be thankful to her that she is the strongest one, courageous one, that she understood that she needs help, and that is why she took a step ahead and coming to us. So this is how we build up the courage in that client, and slowly the nervousness gone. So some people are there who might be develop some we might develop some dependent behavior, that is they can be dependent on alcohol, cigarette, and some people are there who can take weed for their relaxation, but these may lead to like stronger substance abuse, right? So these are all behavioral symptoms one might experience while under stress. If the stress, it is not only the stress due to the work, but also their personal life. Sir, next slide, please.
Okay, good afternoon.
So, good afternoon, sir.
Sir, I'm speaking, sir, madam. So this chronic stress can lead to depression as well.
You are not audible enough, sir.
Chronic stress is converted to depression.
Yes, sometimes chronic stress may lead to that person who can develop depression or anxiety disorder, because it is when the person is not under treatment for longer period and not getting any professional help for longer period, then it may lead to that depressive phase. Because I already have discussed about that cognitive part. I already have discussed about those emotional symptoms. These areas are very important to understand, and that is why uh, if a person is under stress, they need to take proper psychological sessions to avoid or to protect themselves from any mental health issues.
Thank
Okay, so now we will talk about how to create balance our personal life and work. Till now, we have talked about stress, types of stress, symptoms of stress, and I think till now, all of you have gained much experience about stress. So now I'm going to share some tips and tricks so that all of you can manage your personal life while working from home. Sir, next slide, please. First thing I would like to talk about to set a to-do list. It is more like one need to create a routine for themselves while they are into this new life activity. New life activity in the sense we are now having new schedule. So it was not there previously. That is why everything becoming so messed up for all of us, and we are not able to manage things properly, right? Already we are under stress, and due to stress we are not able to take proper decision, we are not able to organize things, we are not able to focus on different things at a time. So that is why we need to set a to-do list. We need to create based on our priority, that which work need to create, we need to be done first, and after that just jot down those areas that you need to work for a day, based on your priority. That will give you a proper routine for a day. You can create a day, like everyday based routine, you can create weekly routine, you can create monthly routine based on your work schedule, based on your personal life activity, because there are some mothers who are also working from home, and it is becoming very difficult for parents to adjust with their students, only because of now the students are also having online classes. So we need to be very conscious whenever we are preparing any to-do list or any routine for our family or for ourselves, right? So based on your priority, like what thing need to be done at first, then if you have enough time, then you can look for the extra works. This is why the routine thing is very much important, sir. Next slide, please. So the same thing I talked about, the routine, and another thing is that, so next slide. Another thing is that, why I ask sir to go to the next slide, because here I will talk about how to set routine and how to set the time properly, because managing the shorter term crisis or problems at this moment is very much important, based on your urgency of work. If you are like looking at the point that your husband is now working from home and you are also working from home, I'm talking about the mothers who are working from home, like both of you are working from home and your child is also need to get their class done through online, and you are becoming very in a very conflicting situation, what to done at what time. So that is why you need to see the timing, when the timing is there, when which timing would be the perfect for you to have your household work, and how your husband can help you in this case. If the child is if your child is little bit grown up, ask him to help you in some cases, and manage your work based on your priority. In this way you can focus on long term strategic goals by using goal setting rules as well. I usually introduce that smart goal worksheet with my clients, where I used to help them to set goal for their personal life as well as their professional life, so that they can have proper thing in their hand. They can they can have proper picture that how much time they would require to finish this goal, and what are the skills they might require, or what are the things they might require, right? So this is how this goal setting skill can help a person to manage time, to maintain a routine, to maintain this new normal life as well. And I would like to ask all of you to mute yourself, please. Avoid distractions which are not that much important, because most of the time what we do that, when as we are working from home, we used to do one thing like, okay, fine, let's look at the WhatsApp, or let's spend some time with the Facebook, or let's do one thing that first we'll talk to somebody nearby to this house, or after that I will walk for so these distractions we need to avoid, because sometimes due to these reasons only we may not be able to manage our time. Sometimes we are so much into this area that longer period of time I haven't seen the TV serial, so let's see TV serials, or let's see any episode that is available in the TV. So that these are also like distracting thing, and sometimes overindulgence in news also some create some distractions in our mind. So I would like all of you to please maintain this thing ki don't try to overindulge yourself in some news and some distracting things, because that may lead to problematic for you, because you may not be able to manage your time properly even if you have set the routine properly. So if you are in some work and somebody asking to do something else in the home, you can ask another one. If the person is present there, you can ask someone else to help you. In this case, you can limit your time wasting activities. You can destroy your procrastination, like some people are there, not today, tomorrow I will do, because today I'm not feeling energetic, today I am not able to focus on my work. So these negative self talks may lead to procrastination and may actually can create problem in your time management thing and your daily routine. So try to destroy your procrastination by a constant motivation, and create a proper to-do list, though I already have talked about it before, and ask for help whenever needed from anyone, and set deadlines for every work, even it's your personal work, right? If you are thinking like, okay, today I will take time for my self care, or today I will take time for my home decoration, or today I will take time for this cooking or this thing, then set deadlines for that as well. Set deadlines for your work as well. Even if the office is setting deadlines for you that within Monday you need to give this report, try to set your personal deadline for that report, so that you can finish it up within your deadline. Like what I used to do, even if my office like asking me to do something, that ma'am, you need to finish this within this day, what I usually do, that I usually prepare a routine so that I can finish that work the day before, so that I can have enough time in my hand to do other works. So next point I am going to talk about, use your weekends wisely. Right? We need to use your weekends. I have seen some people who don't use their weekends properly. So use your weekends wisely with your family and with yourself, right? Because though I know some corporate people, they are now these days not able to get enough time, because weekends are also involved these days, and their timings are also not fixed. So still we need to take time, and we need to think again that how to set time based on the availability, our office time and everything. And after that, whenever there is some time, we can spend quality time with our family members, because this is the high time when we can spend our quality time with family, by talking with them, by talking about some beautiful memories we had some day before or some years before. We can talk about our childhood experiences. We can talk about something good, rather investing that time in TV shows or newses or talking about corona. Because whenever we are spending some quality time with our family members or with ourselves, we really need to indulge in that time into positivity, into good things, so that we don't develop negativity within us or negative energy within us. Because when a person is talking about good memory or talking about any good experience in their life with their family member or with their friend, or whenever we are alone, we are thinking about that thing, that actually helps us to recreate the energy within us. So that is why I would like to ask all of you to use your weekend wisely. So next slide, please. Shared responsibility is another one. That one There are some people who will feel that I will do the household work, I will do my office work. In office also, no, my juniors may not be able to take this responsibility properly or handle this work properly, I need to do all those things. Please stop all those stuff, because this is how you are creating more stress within yourself and you're burning out, right? So try to do one thing, divide responsibilities among people, even if it's your personal life or in person, in office, you need to share your responsibility in people, because when you share, you actually help yourself, because what happens, it doesn't create that much pressure on our mind, pressure on our brain, pressure on us, right? So this is why shared responsibility is important. Share responsibility with your your siblings, share responsibility with your life partner, share responsibility with your other family members, your parents and all. You can share responsibilities with your manager, team leader, with your friends, with your colleagues, right? So this is how it may help you to uh, you know uh, have a lighter life. Sir, next slide please. Next is the healthy life, and this one is our the last slide, I think. And here I would like to talk about like how this healthy diet, healthy sleep, this matters, right? Healthy diet we are not taking most of the time during this during this pandemic. What we people are doing, we are having feast regularly at our home, but we need to avoid that thing. Only because of that, this time is the high time when we can focus on ourselves more and more and more, right? We need to have proper balanced diet so that it can help us to have better mood, better mind. Yes, even with the diet also we can develop better mood, because gut system, the gut brain is the oldest brain that actually enhances our mood and creating a bigger effect on our mood. So this is why I usually ask my every client to have proper balanced diet, try to avoid rich food daily, have fruits, have apple, some green fruits, and try to take vitamin C, because vitamin C related fruits like amla is there, that Indian gooseberry is there, and lime is there, oranges is there. Only because of that, previously we had that capacity to develop vitamin C inside our body, but now we don't have that capacity. Only animals can do that. So uh, this vitamin C helps our, helps our, not only it helping our helping all those ladies to have beautiful skin and hair, but it is helping everyone to develop better immune system. If you have better immune system, then what will happen, it will obviously create an impact in your mood and you will feel more energetic. So this is why this food habit need to be changed. Food habit need to be very balanced. Try to people who are vegetarian, create balance in your food so that you can get enough amount of protein and vitamin through your food. And people who are non-vegetarian, they can also create balance. It is not like that if you are non-vegetarian that means you have to have high rich food everyday basis. You can go with normal lighter base of food, right? And drink as much as water you can, because whenever a person hydrates themselves properly, it helps them to have better brain power. Yes, because based on how we are taking food and what type of food we are taking along with water, that actually create impacts on on our brain. So this is why water consumption is also important for us. And one thing I forgot to mention, that everyone try to do one thing, that whenever you are taking any fruit, try to consume that fruit before 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because based on our um, Indian Ayurvedic system, what I have learned from my family, that after 3 o'clock, if we are having any fruit, that create acid in our body, that develop acid in our body, and this actually hampers our gut system, and this is how our mood can be affected by this. So that is why we need to avoid taking fruit charts and all after 3 o'clock, or just take all the stuff before 3 o'clock. And Taking water is also again healthy. One can take detox water to detox their body, and one can take normal water. One can take any, this khara vagera is available these days. You can take anything, but water is important for us, as because it will help us to enhance our memory as well. And next is one need to exercise a bit, because exercising a thing that is helping a person to take information daily. Because what happens, genetically we are developed in this way that when we were some, ancient period, we used to hunt, right? We used to hunt by running behind any animal. So this what happened during that running situation, we used to calculate in our mind how to do this thing, how to kill that animal, how to collect the flesh from that, so that we can have it during our food, during our dinner or lunch. So that become the habit in our DNA, that now if we are into exercising, it helps us to helps our body to develop glucose and oxygen, that is provide glucose and oxygen in our brain. That will be again helpful for our brain, and this continuous movement will help us to memorize things properly, right? So this is why exercising is important, and exercising also uplifts mood. And most of the time what happens, that we don't feel that much, energetic. We do procrastinate while it comes on exercising. We need to motivate ourselves, no, we need to do this, because it is only good for our better health, for our longer future and long run, I can say. So this is why it is very important, and I would like to all of you do meditation this during these days. You can do diaphragmatic breathing exercise. It is like there are some videos available in the internet, or you can do anulom bilom, simple anulom bilom. That can also be another one good exercise that will help our brain to have enough amount of oxygen. And one need to invest their time in some art activity, some hobbies they have. Only because of that, these are all some important areas that we usually don't focus much, right? But these are also some areas that can help us to reduce our stress, and I am also involving in all those stuff, and I am very much into gardening and crafting things, because these actually helps. These actually help us to express our emotion. Sorry. So some people are there who might taking more coffee and more tea. I would like all of you to cut down all those stuff. Only 2 cups of coffee and 2 cups of tea per day are enough. Like if you are taking tea, then take only 2 cups. If you are taking coffee in a day, then only 2 cups per day. It's either it's a coffee or tea, right? Because this caffeine actually again creating some impact on our mood. So that is why it is again need to be in control, because we are taking sugar with it, and sugar is also again creating an hamper. Some people are there who are like who already developed chain smoking during their stress, and during this pandemic period, due to economical stress and personal stress. So that is why it is very important for us to do one thing, that we need to control this habit as well. And this is all about today's presentation. If anyone have any question, can ask me now.
Oh, hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, I just wanted your views or inputs on the situation that now, because of pandemic and work from home, a lot of people are complaining that their sleep patterns have been altered terribly,
Right.
in the sense that the minimum amount of physical exertion that was required to set their biological clock into sleep patterns is not existing.
Right.
Mentally, they are intensively involved because the work hours have also become extensive, and being locked in a same physical uh, infrastructure, that is your house, your minds are too much active. So I have people who have complaints ki ma'am, even after we set up our routine, we are not able to experience that sense of sleep. हमें नींद ही नहीं आ रही है. And that is creating a sense of irritation and anxiety among them. So ma'am, how do we like address this situation?
Yeah, there you need to find out that if the person is spending there most of the time in the bed only, or in any area where the person is getting enough space to lie down, or feeling very lazy or not. First thing. Second thing is that because there are my clients who are experiencing same thing, and we need to find out that area, that why the person is lacking, why the person is not able to concentrate on their routine or maintain the routine. What are the factors that is actually distracting that person from maintaining that routine? Most of the time it is the procrastination, right? And sometimes the space we are using, that is why we need to create a small office space in our room if it is possible. Even if it is on ground, then also it is okay, because I am also maintaining in this way. So this can help them, because you already know about, I think you already know about stimulus control therapy. It is only applicable for sleep, where we usually talk about that one person need to do this thing, that use your space properly. You don't need to use your don't need to use your bed throughout the day, because what happens, our mind develops in this way, that bed is our 24 into 7 during this pandemic situation in bed. What happens, it becomes very monotonous for us. So when it is sleep time, we are not able to focus, we are not able to prepare our subconscious mind for sleep. So that is why we need to avoid bed as much as possible. And one thing is that, just what people don't do usually, that we need to prepare ourselves for sleep, right? Like 1 hour before sleep, only from 1 hour before sleep we need to start taking preparation for sleep, like setting down the bed properly, like cleaning the bed properly, cleaning all I mean setting those pillows properly. Then go for some bath, like hot water bath can be taken by the person. And you need to avoid some distracting elements, like a laptop, then mobile. Yes, mobile is the thing that is also distracting us. And we need to avoid TV also. We can go for some light music, we can dim the light, we can use some those lights people are using these days to decorate their room. And we can use some smell perfume that is very that can create that feeling of relaxation in our mind. Some people can use lavender oil in this case, because that also induce that improves the sleep pattern of a person, because I already have applied these areas in my clients as well. And to cut down the monotonousness, one need to do one thing. If it is possible, like once in a week they need to go outside all alone and spend their time for few minutes, so that they can actually feel that, no, I can actually in the environment. I am actually in the environment, and it is actually helps person to cut down that monotonousness. Because I am also doing. I used to visit shop most of the time, because it is our mind only who actually disturbed us in this environment, where we are stuck into a room and between few people. So, and we are here in this situation for longer periods. So that is why we need to first we need to address why the client is not able to maintain the routine. Second, after addressing, try to fix up those areas. Most of the time it is the procrastination. So sometimes it is due to the the use of the proper use of bed is not there. And sometimes it is due to this thing, that they might have some thoughts related to anxiety or any future or their project or their work. So this is the way we need to help the client. I think it is much more informative for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Yes,
you so
ma'am.
much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Monica, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
If you want to connect with Monika ma'am, I said link of her Instagram account of Monika ma'am. Also, you can connect us with Guidance City through the Guidance Instagram. And please share your feedback here only. Thank you very much, Monika ma'am. And thank you all
sir,
of you.
for this opportunity, and thank you everyone for attending our workshop. Kindly be connected with Guidance City.
Thank you very much.